All right, so this is episode 1 of What's the Word podcast. It's your host Quan and other host D Green. Uh, yeah, man. So pretty much we're just gonna have real life conversations and just being honest about what's going on in the world and just trying to figure out what's happening, man. So go ahead and start it off, P.
So years ago, man, some homies of mine, I had a conversation about how much you should spend on a first date. And here it is now, 2024. And we talked about this back in 2008. What should you spend on the first date?
So basically, we still having the same issue.
Still having the same issue about how much you should spend on the first date. What should be expected? Uh, is it the type of uh, is it based on the type of woman you dating? Is it based on the type of well, basically, yeah. Is it based on the type of woman you dating? What type of impression are you trying to leave? And my opinion is one of those that if you take her somewhere, then you're gonna pay $300-400. As time go on, you have to increase that $300-400.
Or at least be consistent.
Yeah, at least be consistent. And now, are you the type of person that can handle that? And if not, then my suggestion is don't start it if you not prepared to continue to do it, because she might want to go on a date every week.
Yeah.
You talking about $300 a week? Shoot, man, that's what, $1,200 a month.
Yeah, that's some people rent, man.
Right now, for the working class, that's a lot of money.
Right.
Your first date, you kind of want to get to know this. You're not into her so much, but you kind of want to get to know her. So what would be your just I want to get to know her and I'm not that deeply into her? What would be your budget and your place and your ideal first date?
It takes a lot of preparation, first of all, because you got to know what type of woman you're dealing with. You got to know what type of things she likes. So you don't want to, if she's really into like arts and plants and stuff that's outside, you don't want to take her to a nightclub and have her out of her own environment. So you got to already know that part first.
Okay.
I don't think that they was wrong about the price point, like as far as having like maybe $300-400. That don't mean that I would spend $300-400. I would just have $300-400 on me just in case.
Okay.
Now, as far as what I'm gonna spend, it varies. You're gonna spend at least $100. That I feel like that's bare minimum.
Yeah, it is.
And then at the most, if I'm just getting to know you, I ain't trying to spend too much, between like $100 and $200. At the most, I say 200.
That's fair.
So and that's not gonna be like we going out to this one place and I'm spending $200. That's gonna be over the course of the day. Like if I'm spending $200, I might spend some of that on parking. Some of it might go to food. If we do something outside of that, it'll go towards another activity. It's gonna be $200 covering everything for that day, not just one event.
Okay.
So that's how I would do it.
Okay. So with me, I mean, my first date, I think when I did a first date once, I think I overdid it. I think I overdid it. I did like because I was trying to impress them. So what I did was I took them to a spot that I knew was pretty expensive, and I kind of messed myself up because the spot that I took her to was a spot that the entree itself was like $80 per person. So that's $160.
Yeah, that's off the gate. Yeah.
So then, she drinks. So I drink. So I order a drink. She orders wine. Before you know it, I'm on my third glass of wine. I mean, my third old fashioned, and she's on her third wine, and then Lord behold, she see the next table where somebody's getting a dessert. Ooh, I want to try that. Da, 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 da. So now you're looking at it like, okay, yeah, you can try it. You know what I'm saying? You can try it together because you don't want to buy two damn desserts because you like, God damn.
And the worst thing, you can stay on the first date and know. And then that's going to set the tone. So I don't want to ask this because he might say no.
So then is that once that we finish eating, it's like, let's go somewhere else. You like, well, dang, I just spent damn near $300.
But you know, women, they don't think about the price tag. They just think about the experience.
Especially when they're not paying.
Right.
But now, granted, you do have some women, and I do know some women that'll say, I don't feel comfortable with a man spending that type of money on me on the first date. Like I said, I'm old school. To me, $400 on a dinner, $300 to $400 on a dinner is anniversary money.
Yeah.
When you're going out for your anniversary.
Yeah, that's like a special event. Exactly. You know, somebody like, we know that this is something special. Exactly. That's not an everyday thing.
Exactly. Especially when you have other goals going and you have your priorities in line. Right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, baby, we got to do this. You know, we got to do this at the house. We got other things going on. We don't need to go here like that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take heed that you got responsible people, and then you got show offs. You see what I'm saying? And the show offs are the ones that they might pull their credit card off. You know what I'm saying? The responsible ones pull their debit card out because they got the cash to do it with. You know, the show offs, they usually pull their credit card out and be like, you know, ain't no problem, I'll wait to pay that later. And then, you know, the next month they looking at the bill like, God dang, I spent too damn much money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's and then again, like I said, if you meet quote unquote a bad bunny on Instagram and you see her doing all this extravagant stuff and you want to take her out, just know that
come with a price tag.
Come with a price tag.
Sure.
And the thing is, she might not even be living like that. She might be living with her mama or her daddy, and she ain't even got it like that.
There's a lot of
like she got it like that.
I want to say it's a lot of them nowadays. It's like that, especially like around my age range. Either they staying with somebody or got roommates, or it's not what it seemed to be on Instagram. Like whatever lifestyle you see on Instagram, that's not real life.
Gotcha.
And a lot of times they be wanting to go to these fancy places because they see other people going to them on Instagram. They don't even like some of the stuff they be seeing, but they just want to try it just because.
Right.
And if you gonna pay for it, they gonna say let's do it. So you gotta also like know your boundaries, because I done been in that situation too where I done took a girl out and then we just going out to eat. And before we even get food, matter of fact, we didn't even get food. We just got straight drinks. I ain't gonna spend like $200 just because.
Just on drinks.
Just because we was just drinking, and it was just me and her. And I would spend like $200. And
that's about 2-3 bottles.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then after that, she had a hotel. So when I took her back to the hotel, I ended up leaving the hotel. The hotel was downtown. Just the parking, it was like $40. And that was just for one day.
See, yeah.
So you gotta think like it's all these little things that add up outside the date that goes towards the date.
And you got some women, that's how they eat.
Yeah.
That's how they get fed off of it.
Yeah. Like they only eat if you're taking them out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then once, you know, they get dressed up and you do all this for them, and Monday morning they throwing on that high vis vest, going working in a warehouse somewhere, and you like, damn, you can't even afford that for yourself, but you expect somebody else to afford it for you. Yeah. And like you said, there's a borderline between saying if you're honest and say, well, you know what, I don't have it like that. I can't do it like that. Then it's like, you're broke, nigga.
They start looking at you.
You need to step your game up, or well, hell, we both working people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We both working people. So it's a real thin line. There's a very small percentage out there of women that are, I can say, that are not shallow like that. See what I'm saying? Right. Well, in your generation.
Yeah, very small.
Very small in your generation.
Yeah, I know a few of them, but it's not that many.
I'm 53. You know what? I can say there are women out there that they want somebody to come. They want a nice person to conversate with, and to be around, and to have fun with, and to say, hey, I'll settle for Longhorn.
Yeah.
I'll settle for Red Lobster. I'll settle for you know, the mom and pop steakhouse that's in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And they won't hold it against you. Your generation is that shit different.
It's completely different from women who single in the later years versus single in the early 20s. So like a lot of the women that's single now, if they can't get you, they got another dude that's coming right behind them trying to get their attention. So it's like they feel like they gonna never miss out.
Yeah.
They always got a backup plan. Even if they got the dude they really want, they can still have 3-4 other dudes on the side who may not be him, but they close enough to where she can keep him around.
Right.
Versus someone who's a little older, she's like, all right, I just wanna be settled down. I just wanna have, someone to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
Their standards tend to change a little bit.
Right.
So I feel like it is a little harder to find, I'm not gonna say find good women, but women who understand men. I think that's the main thing. Because a lot of women out here, they're good, but they don't understand men. And then once they get into that realm, it's like they don't understand why we do certain things, or why we may say no to certain things.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, were they doing it? Why I can't do it, or why we can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get a little older, want more women and more understanding of what you're going through as a man. So.
And I meet a lot of women these days that first thing they say is, I like to travel. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you go a lot of places. Like, how are you able to afford to go to all these places? Like, some have multiple income, but some have. But when I see the ones that have one, like they might just have one job, and I'm like, damn. I'm not trying to be in your pockets, but damn, you went to Jamaica, you went to Cancun, then you went on 2 cruises in 1 year. That shit is expensive. Plane tickets alone is expensive, and they work a 9 to 5 just like me. I'm like, how are you able to go on all these trips? And first thing is, oh, I know how to budget. And then
I ain't that much budget in the world.
When you find out their ideal budget, oh, okay, you know how to pay the minimum on your credit card. I get you. I get you. You keep swiping that card. That's basically what it is. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, ain't no way in the hell that you're able to go Jamaica, Hawaii, 2 cruises, Cancun, all in 1 year. And then I'm thinking about it. Damn, when do you work?
A lot of women.
What kind of time you got on your job that allows you to go on all these damn trips? Or and I'm like, shit. So the ones that I see, some of the ones, not all. I said I'm not here to call no name, but it's women I see going trip after trip after trip, and then I'm like, damn, but then when then too, it might be the old saying where they might not be on these trips by themselves.
That's always the case for a lot of them.
They just posting the picture.
Yeah, they ain't
gonna never post Otis.
And I was gonna say a lot of these women they have these sugar daddies
Yeah.
or these dudes that's paying for everything,
Mhm.
but you just don't see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I be seeing it every day. I be seeing, especially around my age group, these girls getting flown out. And sometimes it do be girls trip, but most of the time it's not. It's just them and
Yeah,
either if you see a girl going out of town and she by herself, more than likely somebody behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but I say about 80 to 90% of the time, it's
Yeah.
somebody there with her. Y'all just don't see the girl.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
and a lot of times, I hate to say this, but a lot of times women are used dudes. Like if she know the dude go out and pay for all this stuff, and he not gonna say no, she gonna go along with it as far as you let her go.
Yeah.
So you gotta watch out for that too, because some of these women will really use you, and then the moment you say no, then they don't. So,
woo, that's hard. Once they don't got what they want, it's a done deal.
mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna give a shout out. Right now we at Smoke One Cigar Lounge in Stockbridge. Want to come on out, mingle, have fun, get you a nice stick. Got drinks, got pool. $8.95, Georgia Highway 138, Suite 11, Stockbridge, Georgia 30281. Again, come on out to Smoke One Cigar Lounge. Well, it's the vibes are nice, the sticks are nice. We got music, we got DJ, we host parties and come on out and enjoy the football game, basketball games, fight nights, you name it. We here, we vibing good. We just having all around fun. This episode is brought to you by Smoke One. So, question: Have you ever been asked by a female to take her somewhere on a trip, and then she named the trip, and you knew you couldn't afford it, so you just said, "Nah, I ain't gonna be able to." Was you honest about why? And said, "Hey, my money don't stretch like that, or I can't do I can't spend money like that right now." And if you did give her that no answer, what did she say?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm very selective with the type of women that I do deal with. So most of the time, if I'm in that space where we can take a trip together, I kind of know what type of person you are. So I don't really have too many women that give me like backlash, or be like, if I do say no, they won't be like, well, why, or all this extra stuff. I try to be honest with everything though. I feel like that's the main thing. Like a lot of dudes aren't honest, and then when it's time to be honest, they kind of shooting themselves in the foot because they already told a bunch of lies. So I feel like that's the number one thing. You always got to be honest. If you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. And like T.I. said, it ain't tricking if you got it, but a lot of you dudes ain't got it, and they tricking themselves out here. Yeah. So you got to be honest with her. And if she a good woman, she'll understand.
And I'm about to say that if she understands, then those are the women you want to do more for.
Right.
You want to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take her to Red Lobster this time. This first or second date. But it gives you that motivation to say, you know what? She was patient. Now I want to take her here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to surprise her and take her here. Somewhere she never been before. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think a lot of women know that part either, because men will do more for you when they feel like you're on their side. And I feel like a lot of these women, they don't know how to be on men's side. It's like they just know what they want. But once you figure out like what your man wants, and you kind of like navigate around what he want to do, and you on his page, then he'll be willing to do more for you even without you having to ask. And like me, if I got a good woman and I know she deserves certain things, I'm gonna work extra hard to make sure she get it. Even if I ain't got it right now, I'm gonna make sure I have it in the future, so when it come up, we can do it. I might not be able to take you to Paris today, but I could take you to California tomorrow, and then we'll work our way to Paris. But it's just all a process. Patience definitely is there.
And then, in my opinion, like I said, by me being old school, you really if you're in a relationship for the first 2 months, you really shouldn't be taking trips like Paris,
Nah,
unless y'all going Dutch. Unless you can say, well,
yeah,
I'll pay for this, you pay for this. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'll pay for the plane ticket, you pay for the room.
yeah. That's
You see what I'm saying?
that's one of the one situation that's it's acceptable.
Right.
Yeah. So
But-
just in case things don't go your way, then it's like, okay, well, I did my part for me, you did your part for you.
Mm-hmm.
We can go our separate ways. You ain't gotta worry about, oh, this dude paid me to come out here and now it's not working out, and I ain't got no money to get back home. Like that's the wrong situation you want to be.
Yeah, because these niggas these days will leave your ass out there.
Anywhere.
These niggas ain't playing these days.
Yeah.
You get on a trip. You get on a trip with a nigga and you know what time it is because you got one room, one bed.
Right.
So if you get down there and you nut up on the guy, oh, it's that time of the month. Or you get down there and be like, oh no, I ain't think this trip was gonna be about that.
Yeah.
Well, you knew we got one room and
I feel like
one
they should expect it. Even if they don't want to do it, just expect it to be a possibility and then go in with that mindset. So if you don't want to do it, don't even go on the trip. Right.